Hey everybody, I'm Mike, and this is AIT Drone. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode on the AIT Drone channel. Today we're going to be meeting with Kelly. She does not work in the drone or technology field. She actually works for a hospital. But we thought we'd have her come get some answers to some basic questions, not only about the drone area and field, but AIT Drone in particular. So I hope you enjoy this. Check it out. Also, like and subscribe to our channel. Make sure you're there for every video, and if you have ideas or something you'd like to see, don't be afraid to comment or send us a message, all right? Thank you very much. Stay tuned. Today we're actually in the office, and I brought Kelly down.
Hey guys.
And she is here just to have an outsider point of view. She doesn't work with drones. She's not in the field at all. She's actually in the medical field.
Don't know much about technology.
But I thought it would help to have somebody who's not up to date on everything and doesn't have any preconceived notions and all that to ask questions, just general questions about our field and what we do. So we'll get into it a little bit. She has seen our vans and she's seen the office and everything, so we'll see what questions she has.
I guess just why do you want to use drones? What's it going to help companies, and what do you all do for them?
So that's a really broad question, and there's probably a million videos we could get into on explaining all that. But I was an industrial mechanic and electrician for many years and owned a farm, and I ended up building my first drone, and we got it. We realized that quickly that you could use it for farming, you could check the fields, and you could use it for photography. Obviously, that's what they're originally made for. And then we found that with the bigger drones, you could actually mount sensors, and you could there was just no limit to the different things you could do. Mm-hmm. And we found that just in my previous fields of electrical and mechanical, mostly industrial work, that you could scan entire buildings and entire facilities in no time and never have anybody working in dangerous areas and stuff like that. So that's been our main focus and what we've been going after the last couple of years. But
safety.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So it's a growing field for sure. Every time we work with a new industry, we find 100 things we didn't even really know about. So.
Okay. And then with your company, then you also have to be insured and licensed. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yep. And like I was showing you another time, just like this. I'll try and show it on both cameras. Cover my own numbers up, but this is your UAS license, and it's a Part 107 license from the FAA, and it's required by any pilot who wants to work in any business. So it's another one that's kind of broadly written by the FAA, but it basically says if you're going to fly a drone for any reason for money, then you have to have a license, and that includes working on your own farm. If you're going to use that to plan your crops and it's going to make you money, or it could make you money, you have to be licensed. Everybody thinks it's kind of silly, but the ones that usually come up in the industrial fields, we don't really run into it because the equipment is so expensive. Getting your license is just a no-brainer. Anybody who wants to work in that field just expects that that's what they're going to do. The one that we run into all the time is photography, and it's when we have people call a realtor or somebody planning a party even or something. They say, hey, can you take pictures? Mm-hmm. We can easily take photographs, and we have a small team of people that do photography. So, but if they decide that they don't want to spend the money on a licensed and insured pilot, it's usually because their neighbor has a 12-year-old son who has a drone that they got for Christmas, and they can just do it. And the problem with that is hiring them is illegal. Hiring somebody without a license to do a job is illegal. And
you can be fined for it.
Right, you could be fined from the FAA. And the bigger issue is there's no way they can be insured. If they don't have a license, they can't have insurance. Mm-hmm. And if you hire somebody to come out and take pictures of your house, that would be a little bit different, but on a realty side or at a party or something like that for photography, if you hire somebody to come out and they don't have insurance and they crash these props, spinning it several thousand times per minute into somebody, there's no coverage. It's all on you. It's all your liability. When you could have hired a real pilot who's got a license and who has insurance.
Okay.
So that's a real key point that we try to push, is making sure when you hire anybody, hiring a pilot for inspections or farming or photography or anything, make sure they're licensed, actually ask to see their license, and then make sure that they have insurance. And a pretty standard one in the industry is $1 to $2 million in liability insurance. And that's because if you hurt somebody, there's no going back.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
So
what are some of the jobs that you have done with all your drones?
Again, we try to cover a pretty wide range of projects, and we always say that we're a full drone service provider. So everything from photography for events, which you can see on our YouTube channel, to other type of basic photography jobs, all the way up to 3D mapping and modeling for construction, as well as thermal imaging for search and rescue work. We have a pretty long list of projects that we've hit on. Recently, we've been pushing pretty hard. One of our groups has been going after utility inspections and construction, and another one after public safety, working with fire departments and police departments and so on. So hopefully that narrows down at some point, but right now it's pretty broad range. And
you do training as well?
Yep, we have a training center. We'll probably try to pop it up on the screen here, a picture of it. We have a training center that is available for up to 30 people. Right now, obviously, because of COVID, we can't have 30 people in one small room, but we can do small groups at a time, and we're offering that service to any large industry that has their own drone team that they're trying to get off the ground. We help implement all of their, from equipment selection, making sure they get what they need. Instead of just buying from some salesman or buying online, we help them pick exactly what they would need to get the biggest return on investment. And then we help train their pilots and help set up a preventive maintenance schedule for their equipment. And it's having a drone program in-house is really in-depth, and most people don't realize that when they first start it. And usually within a year they end up just contracting us to do it. But there are some departments that it thrives on. So.
And what kind of drones do you guys have?
This is a DJI Phantom 4. We use a couple of Phantom 4 Pros and a few others. Most of our equipment these days has been DJI, just because they've been amazing. They're so far and above and beyond any other company. There's some issues right now going on with federal government contracts, where through a law stating that no parts could come from China. Which just kind of kills a lot of different industries. But it's pretty hard to have any electronics of any kind that don't have any Chinese parts in them. Mm-hmm. But it hasn't gone through to the point of local municipal or public safety or any of that. So we try to stick mostly to DJI because it keeps all the same software, all the same equipment. We have a couple of custom builds that we use for farming and a few other things. But yeah, most of our stuff is DJI. So we're going to wrap this up for today, and I want to say thank you to Kelly for coming down to the office and asking some questions today. And
thanks, guys.
If you guys have any questions, if there's any more information you want about a specific topic, please throw it in the comments below or send us a message. All right, so that was our meeting with Kelly for the first time. Next time, we're going to be going a little bit further into agricultural uses and buildings and grounds, a few other things. We're going to try to chop these up into different videos so you don't have to sit through 20 minutes at a time. But I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any suggestions or would like some more information on something specific, again, subscribe to our channel, hit those comments, don't be shy. All right? Thanks for joining us.